This episode of the Secrets to Success podcast is brought to you by our very own grind gear, the gear that puts your grind in motion. Use the promo code S2S10 to save 10% on your next purchase. That's S, the number 2S, 10 to save 10% on your next purchase. Today's show is also brought to you by Organifi, the best tasting green blend on the market. They're cold processed, guys, to retain all of the nutrients. And if you're looking to fill all the nutritional gaps and buffer out that new stress that your body has to deal with on a daily basis, check out Organifi.com. That's Organifi.com and use the promo code SUCCESS to save 20% on your order. And now to today's show.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What's going on? What up, y'all?
And Dr. Hip Hop Preacher, who we are praying has his audio.
Right.
Should we stop now and see if the audio is working? We can do a retake right now.
Hey, let me tell you
before
something.
we get 100 minutes in.
Hey, I ain't praying about nothing. If this don't work, that the recording works, so it's gonna be fine by me. They just gonna have to listen harder.
Listen, people are tired of you listening to you on the Sony Walkman from 98. Okay.
I told you what to do. We need to start charging for the podcast, then we can do it in the studio. I ain't got to be at the crib being a DJ, a MC.
Right. Let's
get in the studio.
I see other podcasts going to a pay-per-view method. I don't know if they'll still stick with us. You know what I mean? Do y'all got that kind of love? Y'all willing to pay $5 a podcast so we can get in the studio and upgrade our equipment? we shall see.
Until then,
I feel like, I don't know why, but I feel like we got so much to catch up on. It was a long week, for myself.
Yes,
just being in, I had to speak in Dallas on Thursday. So Candace and I flew my folks down. So my parents been down here holding down the house with the kiddos. And Candace and I flew to Dallas on Wednesday and then spoke in Dallas on Thursday. And then we hit up to San Fran. So definitely had a great time with the wife, man. Just me and her rolling. It's been a long time since the two of us just had a chance to do our thing. So I was in heaven, just rolling with wifey and get a little breather from the kiddos. As much as I love my kids, everybody know you need a couple of days here and there just to break loose. So, broke loose, and man, what a phenomenal conference we had on Sunday, man, in San Fran. That thing was powerful, and I think he probably gave two of the best messages I ever heard him give. And I don't just say that, like it was another one of those moments where Carl and I looked at each other, and he looked at me, was like, you know what's going on? I was like, I have no idea. So we'll get into that. We'll get into E's message. But anyway, why don't y'all catch us up? Carl, you catch us up. E, I know you're home. You got to pack in a minute because you're back on the road. You coming down here, right? You headed here?
I am.
You coming today or tomorrow?
I'm coming tomorrow, but while I'm with you for the next few days, I got to fly to Nashville to do something at Tennessee State.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then fly back.
Saying, why you gotta pack right now if you're not leaving till tomorrow?
Oh, man, because I leave first thing in the morning, and while I've been gone for 30 days, y'all ain't got plans for me, but Didi got plans for me.
Okay, that's what you really... Hey, let me tell you how... Let me tell you something. We done come a long way. I remember back in the day, during the midday, we'd just be grinding, everybody going after it, email, phone calls, the whole nine. I called E, said, you ready to do the podcast? He said, no, I'm sitting here getting a pedicure.
Manny Petty.
Manny Petty.
Oh, yeah.
Manny Petty.
We done made it. We done made it. At least one of us done made it. It's official.
I'm like, wow, I'm over here working, you getting the Manny Petty.
My girl's like, my girl's like, you missed my birthday. You was gone. You came home at 2-3 o'clock. You was gone for our anniversary. Today is the day, young man. So yeah, bro. Yeah, it's on and popping today.
I'm living my best life.
I ain't got time for you suckers.
I'm talking about best life.
I ain't going back and forth with you suckers.
Period. Flat out. I'm getting a mani-pedi.
I know that's right.
I've never had a mani-pedi personally.
Me either. Not a Chuck and even trying to get me to do it. I'm
you
still
gotta
good.
get to a certain level before you could just mani-pedi yourself out. You know what I'm saying?
Like, feel me?
Yeah.
You feel me?
I figure I'm straight. I work from home, so my dogs ain't too bad. You know what I mean? I ain't standing on them all day, so I'm thinking I'm straight. But goals though. Hey, I'm getting one of these days, bro. I'm gonna get me a mani-pedi.
With your wife though. Don't do it by yourself.
Now I know you've been known to do the clear polish or with the slight pink tint.
Yeah.
One time it had a slight pink tint to it. I was like, something you want to tell me?
Do
you walk different with the pedi? The pedi, you walk a little different?
I walk the same. But watch this though. See, it's not pink, it's flesh. Okay?
It's flesh. Wow.
Yeah, it's not pink.
Is that what they're calling it these days?
That's what they call it.
You know what I'm saying? Back in my day, we used to just say pink. I'm telling you. So, praise God. You know, E's going to be down in Atlanta feeling very fresh for the Saving 7,000 event. Carl, what's going on your way, sir? I saw you. I feel like I barely even saw you in San Francisco. You were in
it was
and
a
out
blur.
quick.
It was a blur. I came in, dude. It's hardcore to fly West Coast and spend 24 hours and fly back. I'm talking about like a 5-hour flight. That's hardcore, bro. So, of course, the good thing is I never slipped up on the East Coast time, and I woke up like 3:30 over there, which is like 6:30 here. So I got more sleep than regular. You know what I mean? But just the transitions on this side, man. Tamisha literally just had her taught her first class. She back at work teaching at Michigan State, right back in your department, see? Yeah, she got that job. So she literally just texted us. She had her first class. She said it went phenomenal. She got another class this evening, which I believe, E, if I'm not wrong, that it's hilarious. The Boom Boom about to be in Tamisha's class this evening. Hilarious. Hilarious.
So Boom Boom is Jada, E's daughter. For those of you who don't listen to the podcast regularly, Boom Boom is E's daughter is now a student in Carl's wife's class at Michigan
Hilarious.
State.
If we weren't connected enough. You know what I'm saying? As if we weren't
Jada,
connected
if she don't
enough.
get an A in that. You know what I'm saying? She got the teacher living next door.
Next door, bro. But man, everything is good. Jordan is loving school, man. Jesse, I'm still getting used to. It's me, her, and my niece at the house. So my niece she gotta shoulder that load a little bit more now. But man, we smooth, man. We smooth. Things going good over here.
I'm trying to figure out how Carl gonna handle dinner with Tamisha teaching. Carl usually be over there like a caveman.
He'll figure it out.
Hey, let me tell you something. Y'all ever heard of this thing called? It's a new thing. I don't know if y'all heard about it. It's called HelloFresh. Y'all ever heard of that? We gonna make this thing work.
Yes, I have. Wow, yes, I have, my friends.
I was gonna say this too. I figured it out though, y'all. I'm allergic to Michigan. 24 hours in San Fran, bro. Yep. I ain't sneeze, I ain't cough, I ain't nothing. Yep. I'm talking about I got back here, bro, and the sniffles is on blaze. I'm like, it's official. I'm allergic to Michigan. I figured it out now.
Wow. I heard another guy say the same thing on the plane. Yeah. He was saying the exact same thing.
Well, we got room down here in the A if y'all want to come down here.
I know that's right. Plenty of good room.
Carl, when you coming down here?
You mean this weekend or permanently?
Yeah. This weekend.
I think Saturday morning.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're gonna have a house full. I got the Downs family coming, my mom and dad in the building, so it's gonna be crazy. I know Josh and Jamal coming down as well. So it's gonna be a full house. And man, can we just stop and just have a moment of silence for football season coming back? Thank you, Lord. Oh, man, I've been so tired of looking at baseball highlights. I don't know what to do with myself. But football is back. Shout out to MSU, Go Green. We waiting to see what them Spartans going to do this year. Hopefully it's a big year for us. And, I don't get to watch much TV, but I will watch them Spartan Dogs for sure. So,
Ian missed no football. You been watching Serena.
Oh, yeah. Did Serena play today already?
I don't even know.
I don't know. I was getting a mani-pedi, so I didn't get the chance to see. But
the mani-pedi is in full effect. How long does it take to get a mani-pedi?
Depending on who you go to, it's probably about 45 minutes to an hour.
Now, do they know you doing 10,000 steps a day? before they charge you. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking you might want to ask for a quote before you take your socks off. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When you pull them suckers out. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you go through and you got a Suburban, they charge you a little bit more than the little car from the car wash. When you come through with them kind of dogs, it's got to be some type of excess charge.
Now, see, this is what I like. I like normally, I don't have no evidence when C get to going. So I got evidence in my toes, so I can just put those up online so people can see the dogs for
speaking
themselves.
Speaking of toes online, did y'all see the picture from on our S2S podcast page? I had to put up a fair file midweek. If you get a chance, go to S2S podcast on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw it.
Dude had his feet, bare feet. Like, you know how they got the TV on the wall, right? And he was in the first row. So he had, it's like the wall right there. My man had his bare toes gripping the screen. So he's sitting with his booty in the air, with his toes up on the screen. I'm like, bruh, what in the world?
Living my best life. That's what that is. My man living his best life. He on that take control.
But he making everybody else live their worst. You know what I'm saying? So I got a problem with that. Your best life shouldn't interfere with my best life. You know what I'm saying? My man had the whole plane blew out. And so if you want to see a pic of that, go to S2S podcast page and see what we're talking about. We're going to post all our stuff up there. And yeah, go say if it was fair or foul. It was definitely foul in my opinion. Let me see. I know I want to get to something super funny, but let me see. Do we got anything else? Oh, you know what? I had in my tripping or. And before we get to E's story, if he needs, y'all can vote whether E needs to be rebaptized or not. We had, you know what I'm saying? We had a snafu of sorts in San Francisco, and I'll tell you about that. But I wanted to know, am I tripping or every time you go to the movies, is it not the most fire previews in the world? And what does everybody say every time a preview come on? Oh, I want to see that.
I got to check that out.
I got to check that out. But then when you actually get ready to watch a movie, there's nothing good to watch. I'm on a 5-hour flight from San Francisco back to Atlanta, and I spent the whole 5 hours clicking on a movie, watching 10 minutes, turning it off, clicking on the next movie. I can never find a movie when it's time to watch a movie. So my tripping does every preview look fire, but when you actually get ready to watch a movie, there are no movies to watch.
Bro, I watched the same 6 episodes of Blackish, and I didn't watch TV till about the last hour because I was like, okay, I need to get off this plane. But Blackish that I seen like 400 times, that's what I watch. There's nothing on there.
Bro. I'm looking at all of these movies like, what in the world? And then you turn them on like, oh, this look good. And about 5 minutes in, I'm like, whack. I don't know. I'm not a big movie goer, I guess. You know, I miss the classics. Count of Monte Cristo. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go. Here we go.
Where are the classics when you need them?
Here we go.
They're not on there.
For our new listeners, that's that's a throwback.
I'm about to boycott until they start getting some real classics. They don't have Coming to America, Boomerang, Friday, Last Dragon. If they had Bruce Leroy on the flight, I would be money for the whole flight. But instead, I got to watch Count of Monte Cristo on bootleg Blu-ray.
Bootleg Blu-ray.
So I don't know anybody out there. Is it just me though? Every time you go to the movies, it's like the fires previews and all these movies you say you want to see, but then when it's time to actually watch one, it's trash. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. All right, let's get to, man, this may be one of the most talked about scenes. I don't even know what to describe it as in the history of this podcast. Carl, do you know the story yet? You do know the story.
I said,
a little
no, I got pieces of it, but I walked away when some people was talking about it, so I get the full, because I want to get it live.
I want to make sure we properly set this up.
Yeah.
So I want you to take it slow from the beginning, because we don't need to leave anything out, but I want you to take it slow. Start with, you got on the plane, of course you're flying first class, and you're in the lay-down boys, which is a blessing. Right? Which is just a blessing. Bro. You get caught in the lay-down boy.
How often does that happen?
Oh, you like, look, we can go to China. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, for
you don't even care when you're in the lay-down boy. Right. It doesn't happen often. So anyway, and you never get to sleep on a plane. As somebody who's flown with you 5 million times, I know the only time E goes to sleep, ironically, is right on the tarmac as we about to take off.
Take off. That's it.
He'd be
first
knocked
5
out
minutes.
for the As soon as he get on the plane, 5 minutes, and then boom, we get up in the air. As soon as we get to cruising altitude, he's up and he's up the rest of the flight. So you're on the lay down, boy. Everybody knows from listening to this podcast, you've had a long few weeks. Brother Man been on the road, then spoke to every NHL, NFL, NBA team in the whole association. And now you finally get a rest. You flying solo, so you don't even have D with you. So it's not even like you got to have deep conversation. You solo.
Yeah.
Okay, take it from there, and let's see what happened, and see if we can walk you through
this rebaptism or not. Because for real, I'm just being real. If the people say I need to be rebaptized, I'm going to have Chuck and TJ take me. I'm willing to get back in the water. Okay. Film that joker. I'm willing to film it. You know what I'm saying? So when I first got on, there was this couple, and I'm going to be real. It was a little weird, but they were struggling. Maybe this is their first time, first class in terms of like a time capsule. Because that's what it is. It's like a little baby time capsule. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's their first time in there. So he's struggling. He like, well, I paid for 2 seats next to each other. And the lady was like, the stewardess was like, yo, I'm not trying to be funny, but I didn't design the plane. You feel me? So I can't help you. You know what I'm saying? I can't help you.
Oh, they were the ones that was kind of staggered?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? It was the staggered boys. You know what I'm saying? So I said to my man, yo, she can sit here. So I got the one that's like solo in the corner by itself. So I'm saying, yo, you at least you can like look directly at her. You're not sitting, kind of like side by side, and you got like the little, contraption. So you can't really see each other. Right, you got to kind of lean up and look. So I was like, bro, if you want to sit where I am, at least you guys, it's a cross a little bit, but you can see each other. And he was like, no, we good. I was like, all right, bet. So I didn't lay down because I didn't want to do the 5-minute boy, because this is a 4-hour flight at least. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait. And that was hard. And I was like, I'm going to lay down. So I was actually studying, doing my stuff. And the last hour, Carl, I was like, yo, I'm going to sleep for the last hour of this joint. You feel me? Like, it's the last hour. Internet don't work. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. So I went to sleep. And I guess maybe 30 minutes into it, I'm talking about I was like in the third stream, the third layer.
The rim,
you know what I'm saying? The remedy rim. Bruh, I was, and so somebody tapped me, and I'm thinking it's the airline stewardess. It's got to be.
Right, telling you it's time to sit up, put your tray table up.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bet, I got some good sleep. So I turn and look, and it's this, I don't know, maybe middle-aged, maybe white female, she got the southern drawl. She like, the plane is crashing.
What?
And I was like, what? So I'm like, all right, look, first of all, I'm gonna try to be nice to you because you stupid. You feel me? First of all, you know what I'm saying? Like,
sounds like we went for a rebaptism already.
Already.
That escalated quickly. You know what I'm saying?
So she hit me, the plane is crashing. So I was like, oh, I'm being real. See, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Funny joke, ha ha. You know what I'm saying? Let me go back to sleep.
Right.
So I lay back down. She like, no. I'm trying to jack you. The plane is crashing. We're going to die. And I was like, what? She's like, we're going to all die. So what do you want to do? First of all, I'm like, you don't know me. I'm a Christian. So I ain't really tripping anyway. So I'm like, I felt like I made myself right with the Lord. Let's go. So now it's like getting annoying now. Yeah, it's getting annoying now. Because she like, no, I'm serious. We're all going to die. What do you want to do? What's your last thoughts? And so at this point, she like, I'm jacking you. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe jacking means joking.
What does that mean?
Right. I'm saying maybe that means joking. I don't know. So I'm looking at her like, yo, I'm like for real, it's not funny no more. You know what I'm saying? Like leave me alone now. It's not funny.
Is anybody else, okay, because I didn't forget to ask you this. Is anybody else on the plane looking at her like, yo, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
No.
Everybody else sleep?
No. Everybody else is in their own pods. So you can't even really see her because she like right over me. I'm talking about
she wasn't super loud when she was doing it.
No. She wasn't super loud, right? She wasn't super loud. So then I said, I'm like, yo, I'm looking at her like, yo, it's not funny. It's not working. I'm not scared. Like, go sit down. You feel me? Like leave me alone. And so afterwards, I just laid back down. And then I heard the pilot. So I was thinking, oh, maybe she was waking me up. You know what you said? See, like, put your tray tables up. Maybe that's what she was doing.
Right.
So I was like, oh, okay, go ahead and sit up. And so when I sit up, my man ain't saying nothing. And I'm like, oh, okay. So maybe I'm like, okay, now I know she didn't wake me up out my sleep and we ain't even about to land. So I can see her from where I am. Like I can see her. So I looked and she was like, yeah, I'm jacking you. And I saw, you should have saw the look on his face. And I was like, the look on my face was, so I literally had to go, okay, E, the anger boy. So here's what you need to do.
So at this point, I mean, are you ready to snap?
I'm talking
I'm ready to snap.
Steam coming out your ears.
Yeah, I'm ready to snap.
No, because I'm already, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm ready to snap.
Well, I know the story, but when you first told me, I was like, okay, this is where I would have turned up a little bit.
Yeah, so this is what I had to do though, for real. I was like, okay, E, you have the right, like when you get pissed, because you're not the type of dude that instigate. Like I'm not the dude that be hitting people or cussing people out. So I was like, okay, E, this was inappropriate, flat out. It was flat out inappropriate. It's rude. You know what I'm saying? She had no business. She don't know you. Y'all didn't have like a conversation before. And then see, for real, I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm lightweight. Like I'm the only African-American on the plane. Like for whatever reason, you felt comfortable hollering at me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if this is a little sick joke.
Once you throw the race boy in there and you even remotely get a tinge of that.
Yeah,
I'm really ready to go.
I'm like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, you ain't said nothing to nobody else. Like, what made, you know what I'm saying? Like, I probably look like whatever. I don't know. But I'm like, yo, at this point, God, I'm pissed. And I'm like, okay, E, but the reality is, don't escalate because you don't know her, she don't know you. It ain't like the whole plane know what's going on. You're gonna get off of this plane and you'll never see her again. So don't make it more than what it is.
That's a very rational thought.
That's where I'm going with it, to calm down. Like, don't even worry about it. It happened. It's not the best thing that ever happened to you, but whatever, leave it alone. So when she's like talking to her man, like I made him he was so scared. You should have saw the look on his face. I was just like, E, just don't say nothing.
I'm trying to figure out what was her man doing.
What
was he doing?
He was acting crazy with her. Like he was like they talked the entire time, and it was a weird kind of conversation. Like I'm not lying to you. It was just weird. Their whole vibe was just weird, right? So we get off the plane. I thought it was over. You know what I'm saying? Now, part of me, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all gotta remember, I left home, at early age, went down south. So I haven't really been around drinking. Like I grew up, you know what I'm saying, around it, but I haven't been around it for a minute. So I was like, okay, maybe she drunk. You feel me? I was like, because they did stay up the whole time and jitter jabber talking. I'm like, can't nobody stay up for 4+ hours unless you drunk. You know what I'm saying? So it did have like a weird, it had a weird like connotation to it. Like it was something different about the two of them. You know what I'm saying? I was like, so maybe she's intoxicated. But then I was like, didn't really go too far because like I said, I'm not around people I ain't been around drunk people in doggone 30 years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, maybe that wasn't it. Maybe she just different, right? So I'm getting off the plane, grab my stuff. Now, I gotta paint the picture. Guys, I just spoke at SMU, women's basketball. And so normally I get a helmet, and I asked them, kindly, can you give me a SMU basketball? So it was for whatever reason, Carl, everybody was loving the ball. It was weird. But it had, how when it's a college ball, it's the white and then the brown, and the white has like your emblem and all that. Right. Yeah. And then all the girls signed the ball for me. Right. So everybody had been, what are you doing? What basketball team do you play for? I'm like, yo, come on, look at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, now y'all being racist. You know what I'm saying? You being racist now.
I'm the point guard for the 49 and over YMCA men's league. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me? And I'm carrying the ball around. Leg. I'm just saying, you just you stereotyping at this point. You feel what I'm saying? So I get all my get my basketball, get my my grind gear, book bag, get my little suitcase. I'm rolling it out. I swear to y'all.
At this point, you ignoring them. You don't even really see them.
Oh, I don't even see her because see, between me and you, I got 30 seconds to get off this plane and I'll never see her again.
And you keep saying that to yourself.
30 seconds. Yeah. You feel me? I'll never see her again
in life. It's impossible.
Ever again, bro. It's over, right? So I'm getting off the plane. The steward is like, I'm diamond. You know what I'm saying? So the steward is like, Mr. Thomas, thank you so much for flying with us.
Doubt.
Have a phenomenal day. I'm like, likewise, ma'am. You know, boom, boom, boom. So as soon as I say that, and I'm now, you know how you walk past them, and now you going between the plane and what do they call it? So I got the plane, and it's like a little baby gap, and then the gate bridge.
You gotta watch your step getting down from there.
Yeah. So I watch my steps, CJ, and as I'm going over it, right? As I'm walking over it, she comes next to me.
Like behind you?
From behind me. It comes right on the side of me. And so when she gets on the side of me, she says, give me that basketball. And I'm like, no, we not, no. Here, I'm like, this is not happening to me.
Hey, he being punked. This is punked, I promise y'all.
I
now,
swear.
here's the problem, though. Here's the problem. The first time you woke me up out of my sleep, I wasn't aware. I'm fully aware, and I'm needing baptism. Yeah. And I'm needing baptism. Right?
And I've been suppressing this rage I had towards you
I'm talking about
for the last 30.
Rage. And now I know she's drunk because she leaps and puts both of her arms around the basketball.
Wow.
Right? Wow. So when she puts both her arms around the basketball, she puts her weight on me. And I promise you, before I could say no, Carl, I'm talking about, you would have thought it was Charles Barkley and Charles Oakley under the rim for a rebound.
Boxing out.
And I promise you.
Boxing out.
Bro,
in the 88 championship.
I'm talking about 88 with the short championship.
Before there was any technical fouls and ejections.
I'm talking about, you could get all the texts you want. Bro,
Bill Lambier.
I felt myself shoulder slump, waist, I had my waist balanced.
Did you have a firm base?
Knees bit, Carl. Knees bit.
Pivot.
I'm talking about pivot. I yanked to the right. And when I yanked to the right, see, like, yo, lady, get up off of me. When I yanked to the right, this is how I knew she was drunk. Because when I yanked to the right, she yanked back. I'm saying she drunk. And so I was like, okay, it's only popping
Gotta
now.
go big body.
I'm talking about big body, and I yanked the ball from her. Next thing I know, she was falling, stumbling. Booyah! And when she hit the ground, see, I was like, okay, I might need to get rebaptized.
Bruh.
Right?
He done tossed the lady through the jet bridge.
I'm talking about jet bridge, bro. Jet bridge, bro.
Bruh, she hit the ground, bruh.
So where's her husband, E?
I don't even know this guy. It must not be her husband, but he's behind her. And she says, he wouldn't let me have the ball. That's why I knew she was drunk. He wouldn't let me have the ball. He wouldn't let me have the ball.
As
All
she's
I wanted
on the
to
ground,
do was
she's
get the
saying
ball.
that?
Yeah, she's getting up, saying to him, he wouldn't let me have the ball. All I wanted was the ball.
I would pay big money for the video of this. I promise you.
Ain't nobody popped the phone out? Let's search Instagram for this. This gotta be out there.
Bro.
Yo.
Okay.
So wait. So she's on the ground saying he wouldn't let me have the ball. And what are you doing? Are you looking at her? Is the stewardess saying anything? Are the other people getting off the plane looking like, what's going on?
Hey, he did the Allen Iverson that just stepped over that joint.
I stepped over and kept going.
You hit her with the tie
Now watch
loop.
this though. Now watch this. Now CJ got to finish this story, but I get to the hotel. I leave the hotel. I go for a 30-minute run. I come back to the hotel, San Francisco, downtown Omni. I come back in the hotel, sweaty, hat on, whatever, walk through, look to my left, and who's checking in? Her and her man.
Stop me. No.
Everything
That's
I
too
love.
much.
C gonna have to finish the story. C will finish the story.
Where were we going? Oh, me and E was going to the Nike store. And so he's telling me the story on the way to the Nike store, like, yo, I just seen her in there. She's checking into the hotel, and he tells me the whole story, and I'm like, yo, you got to be joking.
That's hilarious.
So I'm dying laughing, right? I'm like, oh, man, praise God. I'm talking about easily the best podcast content we've had in years.
By far.
And so we're laughing about it, And then it was the next day, me and E go to breakfast.
Yeah.
So we on our way to Brenda's, and Jers texts us. And he texts us a video of the lady. Now, mind you, he didn't tell anybody the story. So, but he kind of alluded to it while he was speaking in San Fran. At the hookup, he kind of alluded to the fact that something happened on the plane or whatever, right? But he was like, I'll tell y'all on the podcast. I'm not going to tell it here. So anyway, Jer sends us a video, like a group text. He sends us a video, and it's a video of somebody recording the lady walking by, and she was like, oh, yeah, I tried to steal his basketball, and start laughing. And that's all the video was. It's like, maybe 4 or 5 seconds, Carl. Yeah, but it looked like one of them TMZ like undercover videos. It was crazy. So then I looked at E, we opened up the video, I'm like, yo, first of all, who even knew that happened, one? And then two, how did they know it was her? Right? And so we sitting there puzzled. So then we go to breakfast, and I guess E got up and called Jers, and apparently the lady of course, E had on the grind gear hat with the logo, and apparently the lady saw somebody who was at the conference, maybe Big Ray, who had the hat on, and she walked up to him and said something about the hat. And did she say she had an altercation? Or did she say that gentleman threw me down who had a similar hat on? I don't really know what the conversation was.
She didn't say anything. I don't know what the conversation was. I don't even know what happened, but I will say this to you guys. That's irrelevant. What's relevant is we have her on camera. Okay,
we have her
and we
on
putting
camera.
her up. We are putting her up on the S2S podcast.
So
she will be going
by
up.
the time you all hear this, it will be on the S2S podcast page.
Viral content, y'all. Viral.
Yeah.
And if somebody know her,
if you know her, call her.
You call her and tell her he's ready to be rebaptized with her. You know what I'm saying? Both of them need to be. So man, I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, this is the craziest thing. And I'm like, yo, okay, how would I have handled that? I'm like, shoot, that's a difficult one. But I would pay, if anybody out there, let me add a second amendment to this. There are thousands of dollars on the line if somebody can produce the video of E tossing the lady like Charles Barkley in the 80s off a rebound for the SMU women's signed basketball. You know what I'm saying, E? I'm thinking if it was like the Bad Boys of 91, maybe you throw the lady. I don't know if I'm a thrower for the SMU. No disrespect to the lady hoops at SMU. But I'm not sure I'm a tosser.
Hey, ladies, we better go to the championship this year. I put a lot on the line for us.
This is literally blood, sweat, and tears on this one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, bro.
So I wish I could give y'all a lesson for all the kids.
So in the video, we will ask,
don't fight.
Throw up a poll and see if E needs to be rebaptized for not just letting the ball go. Because you could have let the ball go and then walked to security and said, hey, my basketball was stolen by this crazy lady on the plane. You know what I'm saying? You could have done that. Now that would have been
another way of doing it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's another way.
What would Jesus do? Would Christ have thrown her across the jet bridge? E? I'm just trying to see. If Christ would have let the ball go and just prayed for her, or if he would have tossed her like a little rag doll throughout the whole jet bridge.
All I know is in the temple. In the temple, he did. I'm just saying, in the temple, he did lift the temple up and get body. So
and throw them out.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm seeing E turn green, seeing muscles and veins and sweat and just tossing the lady.
Because I know how E is when he get pissed. And his forehead get wrinkled up, and he get that look on his face of disgust. So I know when you tossed her. And I want to see, like, how did she hit the ground? Was it like, did she
like
fall
Carl said,
on her knees and then fall?
I wasn't even looking at her, bro. I wasn't even looking, see. I just kept going. I was just like, man, I was this close to being redeemed. Now I got to wait at the pearly gates with CJ. I got to sit here at the pearly gates with
Hey, look like you're going to be at the pearly gates in suspense right with me.
Yeah, right there with you.
we both going to be sitting there looking crazy. Oh, well, that's the podcast, y'all.
I was going to say, I don't know where else you go from there.
Shout out to Organifi, and we'll see you next week. Oh, man, no, that was crazy, bro. That was crazy. I don't even know how to segue into anything serious right now, but yeah, that was funny. So go to S2S Podcast, follow the podcast page for more hilarious videos and content. All right, I do actually have some things I want to talk about. E, you had an experience, man, and you kind of, we talked at breakfast, and you were kind of irritated by people who, I don't know how to say it, are not willing to invest in themselves or fully invest, I guess, and always trying to like get the $1.99 version of what you need to be investing in yourself for. And you talked about it, and you were pretty passionate about it. So I was like, yo, let's just bring it to the podcast. But and I'll let you tell the story. But apparently there was a gentleman there who rocked with the brand and everything else, and had the money, I guess, to do things, but just never saw the benefit or the full benefit of fully investing in yourself. So I want to talk to both of you, one, about how you feel about investing in yourself and when you take the time to invest in yourself, whether that be books, programs, whatever. And then E, you talk about how, I guess people try to shortcut their way to success and why you're so irritated by that these days.
Well, I'm going to say this to you. I think the reason why I'm irritated, I don't know if you guys who are listening, you watched one of the videos that we put up this week, but I was talking about the fact, people say all the time, like, how was homelessness? I know that was hard. And I tell people all the time, breakthroughs are hard, So being homeless, it wasn't what you thought, because it wasn't like I was sitting there, kind of thinking it through. But when I actually got my GED and went to college and literally, started going to class, studying, doing my thing, and would fail, like that was hard. I don't think when you don't try, you're not trying. So you don't have any expectations when you're not trying. Mm-hmm. But when you try and you come up short, that's difficult. And so I think the thing that irritates me, is I'm not talking about like below average. In some instances, I'm not even talking about average people, and by average, I just mean, you said it before, to me, an average person, you're going through the phase, you're just going through life. Like you don't really have any dreams or goals that's that deep. You know what I'm saying? You're just trying to survive. You're just trying to live from paycheck to paycheck. You're just trying to maintain. I think what frustrates me is I'm talking about good people.
Right.
People who will tell you that they have dreams and goals. People who will tell you that they want something for their family, their children. Like that's who I'm talking about. And so my boy, he did 10 years in prison. So he's out of prison now. We probably known each other from the first time I came to San Fran. So my man, he bought it, right? Like he not playing no games. He's out in the community handling his business. It's my boy Damien. You can follow him on Instagram. It's like, you've seen the hat, once a monster, now a mentor. You feel me? So like, my man is serious. Like he not playing, once a monster, once a mentor. He has a program and he's putting in work. And so I said, Dame, come up to the airport. I got a 6:00 flight. Come up, meet me at 5:00 and we can walk around and talk. And so we were walking and talking and he was like, yo, E, I ain't gonna lie to you. He was like, bruh, I listen to every podcast. He was like, every mixtape, what all the free stuff y'all had, he was like, yo, I'm on it. He said, but this time I did something I never did before. I actually paid to come, and then I got a sponsor to pay for a kid to come. And he said, at that conference, I got more out of that conference, bro, than I have ever gotten before. And he said, listen to me, let C know I'm signing up for Breathe You, and I'm about to get into the Game Changers. And so we talked for 45 minutes. And, it was this whole thing of like, yo, E, I want to go to the next level, but I was trying to do it without, and he was like, that's my dog. We text back and forth over the last 4 years. Like, he ain't on no shady stuff. Like, he not a bad dude. He a great dude. He was just explaining to me, it's like, yo, E, I was so close, but I didn't want to make up. He was like, this is what he told me too to have me dying laughing. He's like, E, it ain't even like I didn't have the bread. He said, now I'm not going to lie to you. I don't got a lot of bread, but I had enough bread to pay for BU and pay for Thrive. But for whatever reason, I just couldn't see myself coming out my pocket. He said, but what I realized from this conference, making this small investment, is that the reality is I'm going to get more out of paying than I'm going to get if I don't pay and get all the free stuff. You know, and so I just wanted to shout out to somebody today, see, and kind of start, talking about it, because you do have, again, I'm not talking about below average. I'm not even talking about average. I'm talking about good people who have this concept of, I can get to where ET is on free lunch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to pay, but I can listen to the, podcast. I can, whatever. You got people that will go online and listen to the book for free. You know what I'm saying? They'll find a way. Like, I heard somebody sent me my book once. It was on some chipmunk stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you could hear it, but it was on some chipmunk stuff. Like, whoever had fast forwarded and some kind of way was able to get it on there for free. And people like, oh yeah, I listened to your book. I listened to it for free. And they don't even mind telling me they listen to it for free. They're like, oh yeah, I got that joint for free, E. And I'm like, what? You telling me you got it for free? So there are a group of you out there that for real, you are about that life. You do want to go to that next level. Like, you are a person that has dreams and goals, but you just can't see paying $1,500 to go to a conference. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't see investing in that program. And in your mind, you're thinking, and this is why I'm upset with you, because it's not what you're trying to do it can't happen. So you're putting forth a lot of effort and you're never going to see your goal, because in the back of your mind, you really feel like, I can, like C said, take shortcuts, or I can kind of usurp the system and still get to where people who pay full fare, I can get to where they got to.
Isn't that kind of, you're talking about, maybe financial right now, but isn't that kind of a microcosm of people in general? Does that make sense? Like, the shortcut boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody want to like shorten the path. And so it's like you try to do minimal effort to get maximum results. And it's just crazy. Like, I really do believe that a lot of our success and the success that we've been able to have is because we paid our dues and because we invested so much. Like, when I met E, I'm not gonna lie and say I was on it before I met E, but I remember when I met E, you were going to the TD Jakes conference. You know what I'm saying? You were paying to go to conferences with your boys, and y'all was going and growing, and we were buying. This is back in the day, we didn't have a lot of bread. We bought every single book. We had every single audio book. Like, we had every John Maxwell publication known to man. Every time a book came out, he would buy me, him, and Carl the same copy of the same book. We weren't even buying it like, okay, here. He was like, no, y'all need to go home and be with this book and read it. And so for us, I think we've always taken the stairs. You know what I mean? And I think most people in general have a resistance to pain. And we talk about that, right? The pain is kind of the thing that propels you. Like, it's something about spending $1,000 and making sure you get something. You know what I mean? It's like, you spend that kind of money. You spend $1,000, you spend $1,500. You are going to grind like there's no tomorrow, because you have to at least get your investment back. And so I look at a Taurus, right? Who, shout out to Taurus, who's a speaker in our Game Changers program. Taurus said, hey, I already made back every dime I spent getting certified to speak. And now he's got a contract with Nike. You know what I mean? And it's like, he invested, but you're right. So many of us, and this, I promise y'all, this is not a commercial for BU. It's not a commercial for y'all to buy a book from us or anything. You'll go buy it from somebody else. I don't even care. But we're talking about fully investing in what you really want and what you say you want. A lot of y'all entrepreneurs, have you ever invested in a course? Have you ever invested in a coach? It could be somebody who coach in your local area. Have you ever paid somebody 50 cents to help you get better, right? Like, the greatest in the world have a coach, the greatest in the world. LeBron invests, what do we say, 1.5 million?
1.5, yep.
You nowhere near LeBron level and you ain't invested 50 cents. And we continue to invest in ourselves. We continue to find things and join things. Man, Carl, I don't even want to start name dropping, but every time somebody comes out with a sweet program, what's the first thing we do?
Oh, we buy it and see what's going on.
I'm talking about buy the full package. And I want to see it. I want to learn. I want to get better, everything. And so to your point, E, I agree with you, but I think it's not only financially, I think it's just in general, people are averse to taking the stairs. You know what I mean? Like that part of it hurts, And I think, and I'm trying to think for us, is it like, I think we only took the stairs. I don't even want to make us seem that sweet. I think we only took the stairs because we didn't necessarily know how to take the elevator, or like, I was never creative enough to like scheme my way around getting like a bootleg book online or anything like that. So I don't know if that makes sense, but.
No. But I'll tell you this, I can tell you growing up in a bootleg culture, one, I always knew something was wrong with it. Like my parents, okay, there we go. That's what it was. Even though bootleg was all around me, my parents never bought a bootleg anything, ever. They never, my father would never, it was always a receipt attached to that joker. Like it always
I did have an
receipt.
assistant coach purse one time. I'm not
okay.
That I bought from my girlfriend.
No question. You was young though. See,
you know assistant coach. My cousin used to go to Chicago, and he had the assistant coaches for $40. And they was sweet.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
So
yeah,
I'm
Air
just saying
Force
though.
Twos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I always felt like this too.
It was the twos.
I always felt like if you reap what you sow. So I always felt like if you buy something hot, when our book come out, ain't nobody gonna ever buy our stuff. Now I know some people gonna, bootleg it too, but I felt like, if we do it wrong, it's gonna come out wrong. And then the fact that we from the Midwest, like that's big. We come from a working class, so we've been taught. Because like if you go to, like when I'm in San Fran or I go to Cali, I realize like everybody don't work like we did in Michigan. Like everybody wasn't doing like that kind of labor. You know what I'm saying? Like people making their money in different ways, insurance, different things. And so we kind of just grew up like for real, not at a desk. Like our people, in Michigan, whether it's Saginaw, Flint, Lansing, Detroit, whatever, Pontiac, you were literally working like for real. And so for me, I remember hearing there's no free lunches in life. And I'm like, you lying. It's some kids getting free lunch at school. I watched them get free lunch. And it's like, nope, they didn't pay for it, but somebody paid for it, right? Yeah. Somebody had to pay for that. So as I was thinking about me and my boy kicking it, he like, matter of fact, it's so sweet. He hit me up and was like, E, did you have a conversation with C or Carl about what we talked about? And I was like, not really. He was like, because I just got an email about sampling, like a free test or something with BU or something. And he was like, but don't worry about it. Tell him it's all good. Like, I don't need that. I paid for it. And I was like, oh. So what came to my mind though was this. When we were sitting at the dinner table, I thought to myself, okay, C's talking about shortcuts. So the reality of this thing is it's a shortcut mentality. It's a, not grind mentality, right? You don't understand that you got to grind. You're thinking that you can, instead of doing 18 steps, you can do 14 and still get what you want. And it's funny, it was funny, my mother, because my son, kind of came to me and was like, he had his summer mapped out. And so we did like an executive summary of the summer. And he was just like, man, Dad, I'm disappointed, a little bit. I had some goals and I didn't, while I had a great summer, I didn't hit all my goals. And so I was kind of like, oh, okay, what do you mean? And I ain't gonna lie, when we had our conversation, I saw it as a little bit of entitlement. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little like, bruh, you have so much to be grateful for. But I knew I was irritated. So my new thing, anger management, I knew I was irritated. So when I'm irritated, it's like, it don't make sense to keep talking. So I just stopped. It was like, yo, son, give me 2 minutes. So I called my mom. I was like, Mom, this is your grandson. You need to talk to your grandson. You know what I'm saying? Because he's telling me what he wants, but then he's telling me he's not willing to do this to get it. You feel me? So it's kind of like with this generation, they'll tell you, I want to make 150,000. And you like, oh, bet. That anything you say you could do. Okay, here go a couple opportunities. And this generation might say, oh, no, I'm good on that. I want to do this. You know what I'm saying? To get this. Whereas where we come from, it's like, no, I don't want to cut grass. No, I don't want to shovel snow. No, I don't want to paper route. But it's like, if you want to make this kind of money, this is the only 3 options you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have any other option. So I called my mom and was like, yo, Mom, I'm sure you didn't want to do some of the stuff you did, you know what I'm saying, working for a major industry. Can you have a conversation with him for me? And so I love my mom though, y'all. She's so funny. My mom was like, because I 3-wayed him in. My mom was like, hang up the phone. I'm like, hang up the phone. She's like, yeah, hang up the phone. I'm like, that's my son. Yeah, I'm like, that's my son. You know what I'm saying? She's like, that's my grandson. Hang up the doggone phone and let me talk to him. You know, and so they had a conversation and she called me back later and she said to me, she said, you know, this is where we have to help millennials. My mother said, when they say they work hard, CJ, she said they don't have a real rubric for what hard is. So in their mind, if they put in 16 hours but the job requires 42 hours, their 16 is 42 to them. In their mind, they 16 is 42. Like, because they don't have a point of reference. So it's like, y'all put in 16. It's the new 42, bruh. You know, and I'm talking about for real. Like, they might be aggravated, angry, you know what I'm saying? And my mom was like trying to explain to them, like, yo, I don't think you have a real concept of what it requires to do what you say you want to do. And what you need to do is back off of the work. And you really need to get an idea, grandson, of what type of grind will it take to make that happen? And so I think that's the problem, because I know a lot of people who are like, they feel like they me. They like, I'm speaking, E speaking, I'm on the internet, E on the internet, I'm in schools, E in schools. And I'm trying to explain, you're absolutely right. You are doing what I'm doing, but not to you're not doing it 120. And so I find that people want to do the work that they do. They want to give 80%. They want to do it on the days they feel like doing it. And there might be days that they doing it that they don't feel like doing it. But when the days they don't feel like doing it, they not giving 120. And I'm like, yo, bruh, youngster, you can't compare yourself to me. Yes, you are right. You are getting up. You are going to work. You do have a lane that's your lane. But you're giving that lane maybe 80%. And so when you don't get the phone calls and you not getting the checks and you not jet setting and you looking at me like, E, how do you get to do that? And I don't. Like, yo, bro, I'm giving elementary 120. I'm giving middle 120. Like, everything I do, I'm giving it everything. So yeah, you might be doing what I'm doing. It's because Boog, like, yo, I ran the camp. I did these executive things. I did that. I was on a plane with you. And I was like, you were doing what I was doing. But when you talk intensity, your intensity didn't match my intensity. And I got to read this, y'all, and then I'm going to shut up. I got to read this. So y'all know I put my little TGI up in and I pay attention. Like I look at the comments and I was like, yo, this to me, this summarizes everything I mean. So I put a video up this morning. And the dude oh no, this ain't even the dude. This is my homegirl training for my life. She put, and this is what I mean when I say, yeah, we might all be doing the same thing. But when you take shortcuts, you're not doing it like me. I'm not taking no shortcuts. Like I don't have no bad days. Like I never do my work on a bad day. Like C was talking about this last one. Every one, I'm doing a different one and I'm trying to do better. Training for Life said, you have a different level of passion that you speak from when you speak about your wife. And I feel every word. Your wife. I'm tripping, bruh. Like, I didn't say nothing about, this video don't have nothing to do with Didi. Actually, the caption says, you may regret a lot of things, but you'll never regret the sacrifice you make to reach your success. I never said nothing about Didi. I didn't put what's your why, nothing. But this is exactly what I meant. She says, when you start talking about Didi, the passion that you speak with, it's on a whole nother level. And that's what I'm talking about. Yes, you are listening to podcasts. And yes, you are, reading excerpts from wherever. And yes, you doing this and that. But when you're not paying for it, there's a level of passion you ain't getting. There's a level of intensity that ain't happening for you. So while you're mimicking the traits and the qualities of the greats, you're not making the sacrifices that they're making. And that, to me, is the gap. That's what's missing. That, yes, we're doing the same thing. But y'all got to tell me my man name, OB for the Giants. OB, he probably going to kill me because I don't know his name, but he just the wide receiver. Odell Beckham just signed this boy signed a contract that's guaranteed like $65 million, 365, like something that ain't never happened in football before. And you might have another wide receiver who is probably pissed. You got another wide receiver who's probably jealous. But the reality is you ain't Odell Beckham, bro. You ain't putting in the grind he putting in. You ain't catching the ball with one hand like my man catching it on his back. Like you not doing what he doing. But you think because y'all both on Madden, you know what I'm saying? Y'all both got whatever your little scores or whatever are. But you thinking you on his same level because y'all both in the same game. And just because you in the same arena don't mean you playing with the same intensity. So to C's point, I'm just saying, what makes you have that intensity? I'm not sure. But one of the things I know is when you put your money up for it, I guarantee you, it's a whole nother level of intensity than it is when you getting it for free or you borrowing your boy's book.
I don't know how many times, man, we gotta reiterate the fact that it's no coincidence that the greats are putting in the most work.
Right.
You know, and I always, like I said, I'm gonna be real. I never thought oh, I'm one of the greats. So I always figured the work was the great equalizer, right? But you look at the people who are the greats, I don't know how many times I gotta hear Kobe was the first one in the gym and the last one to lead. Mike was the first one in the gym, last one to lead. And you yo, I'm just trying to figure out how my man on the bench, who was making $280,000, how come he wasn't the first one in and last one out? You know, and I really wish people could adopt that mentality. It's the same thing we talk about with Jamal. Certified millionaire, got 4 companies making millions of dollars, yet he the first one at every single conference and at every single VIP paying for everything. And you're bro, you already made millions. And it's that what comes first, the chicken or the egg type thing. It's somebody out there who you making 65 grand and you scared to put up $200 to come to an event or pay $150 for a life coach or whatever you need to do because you're so worried about holding on to the little bit you got. But like I said, you take a Josh or a Jamal who already balling, doing their thing in life, and yet they're still doubling down on their investment and still, constantly getting better. Josh shooting me books all the time. Yo, check out this audio book, check out this one. Here, I bought this book. Here, take this one. I'm Josh, you probably the best business mind I ever met in my life. You still listening to every audio book. You still getting information on a regular basis. And we got so many people, to your point, who they right on that fence in terms of putting it all on the line, and like I said, man, one of the greatest things people always oh, y'all so great, you did this. I was man, we just put it all on the line for a long time and still continue to. And so, no, I get what you're saying 100%. It's just frustrating to me, especially those people that have greatness in them, right? How do I start every presentation in the conference now? I start every single one by saying, write this down. You are the right person. I know you wasn't in there, but I started now. I'm doing my new thing.
Okay, cool.
I'm yo,
you should have told me. I would have came in.
I'll send you the video. I'll send you the video.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he too Hollywood to come watch my presentation now. You know what I'm saying? It's Beyonce ain't got to the show till after the opener. You know what I'm saying? It's like a 30-minute break.
You know what I'm saying?
And then he come out his room. But I started every one by saying, yo, write this down. You are the right person. Now, whether you're going to do the right things or not is on you.
Different.
But when people ask me, you really think everybody can be successful? I really do. I really do. Now, there's a formula and a philosophy that I believe in that you have to apply to get there. But I do believe every single person has the capabilities. Why? Because I'm looking at the 3 individuals on this phone, and we wasn't necessarily most likely to succeed. You know what I mean?
As regular
I'm just saying, regular is all get out. I didn't even know what personal development was. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm from the Midwest. I didn't even know motivational speaking was a career. I just thought, you know what I'm saying? I was always talking. I had no idea you could even make money off. That wasn't anything.
Yeah, I thought they came to school for free.
It was your football
I thought they came to our schools for free. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I didn't come up like that. But what I do know is I believe that every human has the capabilities, but whether they do what's necessary to get it done is on them. So will everybody become successful? Absolutely not. Can everybody become successful? I believe you can. And so it's that little bit of extra work, that little bit of extra sacrifice, that grind. And I just don't know how people get in there without a true roadmap. You know what I mean? It's the difference between somebody for real, E and I both lost mad weight, right? We was chunky cheek and we got it off. It was at no point was E calling me C, did you get the magic shake I sent you where you just drink one and it fall yo, you constantly looking for them shortcuts in your life. You done looked up a new diet fad. I eat celery sticks for 2 days. And I'm nah. At the end of the day, shut your doggone mouth, stop eating so much, and get busy on the exercise tip. It's no magic formula to it. And yet we still want to look for these shortcuts. And every time I see somebody with a shortcut, I promise you, they back chunky in 2 weeks. Why?
Yeah.
Because everything you do, you didn't pay the full fare for. And E, you said it before. No disrespect to people who get the stomach staple hookup or whatever it is. And I'm with it. Like, by all means, do it. And I hope it works for you. But you see a lot of people bounce back. Not saying it wasn't hard, but it's different when you got to take 2 years to get that weight off. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you got to take 3 years to get that weight off, as opposed to, having the surgery, the lap band, whatever. Not saying it's not hard. I'm not minimizing that. Don't nobody get mad at me and say I'm saying that you didn't put in the, I'm praying you do get the lap band, but then I'm praying you keep it off. And I'm saying the sacrifice of what you had to go through, I'm hoping is enough for you to actually keep it off. And I just find a lot of times people try to use them shortcuts, and at the end of the day, you're willing to give it up because you didn't put in that 124. Man, we put in so much for this life, for this lifestyle. We sacrifice so much. I was telling them, I kind of forgot about it. I remember borrowing $500 from my mom to pay our rent years after I had a master's degree. Like, I remember that. Like, it still sits with me. So I'm just telling you, when you put in that full fare, it's something about it that not only does it allow you to get to it, it's also what's going to allow you to keep it.
Hey, I'm challenging. I'm just laughing, see, because here's my challenge for everybody listening to this. I want you to find me somebody that has had sustained success, and I'm gonna just make a number up, 10 years of success that didn't go the hard route. Like, seriously, like I'm saying, like, just find me one. Like, find anybody. I was listening to some last night, and they said Flojo. I'm taking it back. Flojo. They said she worked at a doggone, like, a bank or something. Like, she was, I'm talking about a regular person.
I thought you were talking about from Progressive Flow. You know what I'm saying?
Not that one. Not that
My bad. I'm on some new age Flojo. You talking about the Sprinter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Sprinter.
I thought you were talking about the insurance lady.
Yeah. No, but they was talking about the fact that she literally worked, she worked at a bank and it wouldn't sustain her enough. And this is while training for the Olympics, y'all. She was like a regular bank person. She went and got another job at night. Listen to what I'm saying. This is while training for the Olympics. So she, between two jobs, she's finding enough time to train. And I got to go do my research, but I think the first Olympics that she did, I don't think she did as well, but she purposed that, like, yo, when I go back, like, it's on. Like, I'm telling y'all, it's on. When I go back, it's a wrap. Like, it ain't coming back the same way. And I think she went back and won 3 goals while working 2 jobs and training. So I'm challenging you. Like, you let me know that there's anybody that you know that's done it, sustained success, you know what I'm saying, 10 years or more, that didn't go the hard route. Like, I'm posted somewhere, challenge me, call me out on it. Like, I want to know, because I really want to know if it works anywhere. And if it doesn't, let's stop playing games. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't, let's stop playing games and show up. Because if it's not working and we, like, what you said, that's stupid. At the beginning, he said the lady was stupid. Like, that's just stupid. If we look all around the world and I can't find nobody that did 10 years and succeeded, but yet that's the route I'm trying to go on. And trust me when I say this, I understand the society that we live in is putting all the shortcuts right in front of your face. Trust me. But guess what? There's somebody behind there that worked their butt off to put the shortcut in your face, and they're benefiting from you trying the shortcut. Maybe I said that too fast. Every diet, every little fad that come across, there's somebody doing a lot of research on you and your dumb self. You know what I'm saying? You going with this one and that. Oh, Planet Fitness. Like, they said Planet Fitness sold more memberships than they could, like, the fire code would allow in the gym. Right. Process that. Doubt.
No
doubt. They sold more memberships than the fire code would allow in the gym. And you know why? They know that you ain't coming. They know that you're not coming. You ain't coming. So they could sell 1,000.
You playing games. My neighbor.
That's scary.
I think, Carl, you might see my neighbor. My man, like, about the Incredible Hulk size. And his homie owned the gym.
Yeah, I remember my man, yeah.
And he was like, bro, our whole goal is just membership sign up. He was like, once they get signed up, he was like, they gonna keep their card on there forever and ain't nobody gonna come. So it's literally just a numbers game. You try to get as many credit cards as you can get and you'll never have to worry about them ever again after that. I'm like, wow.
Real talk. So I'm saying they're studying, y'all. Wow. They're studying and they're doing everything they need to do and they're having long-term sustained success off of our trifling, not our, because I ain't doing it. I'm gonna talk to y'all. I ain't doing it no more. Those were the past days. Like, they're having sustained success off of your trifling butt. Bottom line, that's what's happening.
Isn't that crazy? You spending $30 a month. You're not even using it. to look good.
What I love about the gym is like everybody always. we need to open up a gym. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I thought about it for the church. I thought about it for the church spot.
Yeah.
As bad as you want to breathe athletics.
Gym.
Yeah.
Let's just put it in the church.
Get your credit card on file. We don't even have to put no machines in the gym.
No machines in there.
You know what I'm saying? We just say, look, you register, you can't work out till tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And then they leave. We could just have a storefront. You know what I'm saying? It could just be some empty boxes in that joint. I promise you, we'd be millionaires. Nobody even know we was running the scam.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything, they say everything coming back in style except hard work and respect. The clothes, the shoes, everything coming back in style except hard work and respect. That's the two things that's just gone. Y'all bringing all the technology, y'all bringing all kind of new stuff and sweet stuff, but hard work and respect are gone, and that's the piece that you need to get where you're trying to get to.
Respect. And here's the deal. People don't respect you until they know that you went through that and you paid your you feel me? That's why they respect you. It's like, yo, you went through what? And you didn't what? You lying. You got what? And you didn't what? You had cancer and you didn't what?
Yep.
Oh, bro, you failed the exam how many times? And you did what? It's like, at that point, that's why I try to teach my children is that if you're just like everybody, you know what I'm saying? If you average, the average folks ain't gonna have no respect for you because you them. You gotta at least be above average to get respect from average. And if you're above average, you gotta be great to get respect from. And how do you do it? You said it. I don't know no other way other than you work hard. And people see your work. And man, I remember when we first started, we didn't get no likes. Bro, we got so many celebrities and, people of influence and people doing stuff in the community that respond to us. And it's all time, whenever I see these dudes, they like, what up, E? Respect. That's what they say to me. When I hit the NFL, they don't be on no, E got a Bugatti. E got that chick, that model chick. You know what I'm saying? These dudes in this generation, the young ladies.
Petty, E?
You killing them. You feel me? You killing them, E. They say, hey, E, I don't know if it's that I raised my kids, E, and they grown or my marriage. I don't really know. But I know when these dudes see me, the word that they say is, yo, what up, E, man? Much respect, E. Respect, E. I'm like, no question. We don't go into dialogue about what it means, but but what I do know is that they look up to me. Because they're saying, yo, apparently whatever the norm is, you've decided to live above that. And what's that? That's getting up in the morning. Nothing sweet, like Carl said. It ain't no money. It's getting up in the morning. I don't carry $50,000 or $50 million in my backpack. It's E is committed to his commitment. E works hard. E at these schools giving back. And so I'm telling y'all, hard work. Now, I did want to say this, though, before I know C's going to transition. I know people who did work hard. I know athletes that worked hard, still football players, basketball players, still didn't make it to the league. So I want to add, it is about getting up every day and grinding. It is about outworking everybody. Y'all got to help me with the word. But it's also about not just working hard, but effective work. Meaningful work. So you want to get up early, you want to grind hard, but at the same time, you need to be
that's where the coaching comes in, though, E. That's why you have to have an example, because a lot of people out here, you grinding, but like you said, what if you go on 120 doing the wrong thing? You know what I'm saying? It's still not going to get you the result you want. That's why you pay for coaching. That's why you invest in programs. That's why you go to conferences. That's why you get information so that you're not just going 120 wondering why you ain't blew up yet. You doing 120 driving the wrong way. You no closer to your destination. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you're further away.
LL used it in a slightly different context, but he said it's a deeper level if you follow our lead. Get you a coach, y'all. Follow somebody. He said in a slightly different context, but don't take it for entertainment only, y'all.
Who do you love? I think that
Tell me.
You know what I'm saying? That was my joint too, Carl. Thanks for that. And that he's alter ego back in the day.
Oh, no doubt.
No question. To this day,
Diddy was
still
around the way girl. You know what I'm saying? Bamboo earrings, at least 2 pairs.
You know what I'm saying? At least 2 pairs.
I seen Diddy with the jacket on. She had the Thriller Michael Jackson jacket with the Jerry curl.
That's what got E messed up from way back when.
That's what it was.
On the S2S
it was the Jerry curl.
Page.
I got you. It was the Jerry curl that got me. It was the Jerry curl.
No doubt.
Because I
couldn't
couldn't get
Jerry
one.
curl when you met her?
Yeah. And I'm still mad at my mom because my mom wouldn't let me have one because she thought I was going to mess up her couch.
You could have worn a little shower cap while you sat on the couch, though.
All I know is I wasn't making enough bread to take care of it. So my mom was going to have to pay for it.
The Soul Glow was expensive.
Oh, the Soul Glow.
Just let your soul glow. Wow.
Glow.
All right. Hey, shout out to Organifi for sponsoring this podcast. You guys already know the deal. Organifi is the green superfood. Man, how many different vegetables in there? I can't even count them, man. But it is literally the thing that fuels the entire S2S podcast team and all of our staff and everybody else on it heavy. Shout out to everybody in San Francisco who's on it heavy. You know they super healthy out there. I seen about 1,000 avocado restaurants while I was there, man.
Right.
But yeah, make sure you get your greens in, man. Listen, man, in just a couple minutes, right? You just boom, drop it in your drink, shake it up. In a couple minutes, man, you've had more nutrients than you probably gonna get the entire day, man. So shout out to Organifi for being a loyal sponsor and partner in this podcast. And I love it, man. We're able to do, great business with people who, share similar values. And we believe in that health ministry strong as we're all trying to maintain that proper level of health, man. So go to Organifi.com. That's www.organifi.com, ORGANIFI.com, and use the promo code SUCCESS. Get 20% off, man. Get you a little discount. Let us know how you like it, man. Shout out to everybody who's been writing us reviews and, leaving comments on the IG and the whole nine. So we appreciate that, and we thank Organifi for being a part of this journey with us.
Hey, tell your pops I got him too, see, when he get back. Tell pops I got him when he get back. I got what he need.
Oh, you got the hookup?
Yeah, tell him I got what he need.
I'm your pusher, man.
I got what he need.
Yep, no doubt. Let's see. All right, how long we got, E? We got a couple seconds for a couple questions.
We got 10, 12 minutes?
I know you want to pack your bags.
Hey.
Did you wash your
packing
clothes
while
already?
I talk. I sure did last night. As soon as I got home, I washed and dried last night.
Hey, Fairfile.
Is it? Oh, go for it, see.
Fairfile, I'm pretty sure he had washer and dryer in the suite. Okay, now I know when Didi come on the road, you know what I'm saying? Seniority says E can get the suite and C can stay in the basement room by the elevator, smoked out. I'm on the smoking floor. But I had my girl with me, and I had the regular room. I go in E's room. Wow. He on the solo with the blowout suite. I'm thinking me and Candace, you know what I'm saying? Me and my baby could have had a little extra room to stretch out, possibly watch a movie.
That wasn't on me. Yeah, I don't know what happened, see?
You had to go through, let me tell you where E room was. You had to go through 2 different trap doors, and then you open it up, and an insider asks you for your name, number, date of birth, fingerprint. And then you gotta get buzzed in.
You have to do clear to get through that joint.
Right, you need the TSA pre and clear. And I'm like, yo, E, I could have, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I could have borrowed that room and you could have went into the regular boy. Fairfile. That E still getting the suites when Didi ain't with
That's foul. Yeah, that's fine. But here's the deal, though, Carl. At least he wasn't at the Holiday Inn Express. He was in the same hotel this time.
Upgrade anyway. There you go.
Oh, no questions asked. No questions asked. Candace was with him, so we want to make sure he wasn't in Buster Douglas hotel. We put him in a nice hotel. And look at him. He's still not satisfied.
Well, you didn't see my room. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's just say, same hotel, but all rooms are not created equal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to the Omni, but I seen a couple little rodents, you know what I'm saying, down in the basement. I was on floor -1. It's cold down there.
Below average.
Below average. I'm saying, when D with him, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But when I went up in that Joker and seen this 5,000 square foot room with just E, I was like, okay, this is excessive. You know what I'm saying?
It is. That's fine. You're right about that, though. We're going to have to fix that.
No more. You know what I'm saying?
Did he cover breakfast, see? Did he at least cover breakfast?
You know what? He did pay for breakfast.
Okay.
That we need an applause.
But Carl, you wasn't going to say nothing about I brought my wallet. You know when I brought it. He's not going to say nothing about it.
Okay, full confession. He did bring his wallet.
Oh, that in itself is a miracle. Yeah, that's a miracle, y'all. He never had no wallet.
He did have his wallet. And he did pay for, oh man, shout out to Brenda's. I don't know anybody in San Francisco.
Yeah. Oh man.
And they ain't sponsoring the podcast, but they ought to be, because they got the firest food ever. It's like French soul food, like a New Orleans soul food. And man, that joker is fire. So me and E went
Tay been there 20,
Brenda's.
so she made it up for you. It's okay. It's all right.
Exactly. She fine. Hey, I was gonna ask you, E, do you find it easier to stay on the road in terms of like clothes and all that? You just kind of use the same stuff, just wash and
I
go
use the same. Yeah, I wash and put it back in my bag. You know what I'm saying?
Not to mention, everywhere he goes, they give him brand new wardrobe.
Oh, that's real too. Yep.
But I don't wear nothing though. I don't wear nothing but the Secret to Success shirt. That's it. I don't wear nothing. I'm like NWA. I wear the same thing every day.
Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg,
that Nike fit. We went to the Nike store.
Oh man, but tell them what happened. See, I came with my California gear. I get to San Francisco in August. It's about 58 degrees.
You came with your Southern California gear. You're going to Northern California.
Not my Northern. Yeah, I had to go buy a jogging suit and keep that on every day. I wore the same jogging suit every day.
Yeah, no, it was. I don't remember San Fran being that cold last time we went.
Me either.
Yeah, no, it was chilly. But you know what's crazy? It's like that year round though. So even in December, January, it's still just gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? I can live with that.
Yeah.
That was football weather. I was good. I wasn't tripping. I had a nice little jacket. I was good to go. All right, so let's see. I know I got some questions in here somewhere. All right, Missy in Nashville said, hey, E.T., first of all, I just want to say thank you for changing my life. I'm writing because I recently re-enrolled in school and I'm struggling to balance being a mom and a wife while also trying to earn my degree. I always hear you talk about how great your relationships are, in particular the one with you and your wife, and you have to be one of the busiest people in the world. How do you balance it all?
Yeah, well, I will say this to you. This really depends on your spouse, right? So we can't, I can't speak in generalities because you're not married to Dee Dee, but I will tell you this, Dee Dee's an only child, for example, and Dee Dee does not require, more than an hour or so a day. Now we might spend 3 hours together, but I'm telling you what she requires. She doesn't need, more than an hour with you. So she's the type of person that, again, she's an only child, so she can entertain herself. She doesn't necessarily you don't have to be in her space like that. So I know what she needs, right? And so I make sure every day, like today, we did the Petty Manny together. You know what I'm saying? So I think the place opened at 9:45. Well, 9:30. They didn't get there to 9:45, but we got there at 9. We had worship together, kind of talked, and then from that point, got our nails done together. So you're talking about we got out of there by 11. So that was 2 hours. So I know the rest of the day she's getting her hair done. Like I know the rest of the day. For the most part, Dee Dee's cool, So you have to know who your spouse is. You have to know what their needs are. And my thing is, if you're able to meet those needs, you're gonna be good. And here's Dee Dee. When Dee Dee went to school, she told us, like it was a running joke in church. Dee Dee was like, "Look, don't say nothing to me to May 28th, 2000, whatever that was. That might have been 2012, 2013. She was working on her master's, and she said it." Like, look, guys, I'm going to need the next 18 months to make this happen. Kids, y'all and your daddy going to have to go. And, man, why wasn't it out? Why wasn't Hello Fresh out then? You know what I'm saying? When Dee Dee was going to school. I needed Hello Fresh then. But, no, Dee Dee was like, y'all going to have to watch on your own.
Back then, though.
I wish. I was on Taco Bell. Yeah, I was on. Now maybe that because I've never done Popeyes, but yeah, definitely see crack chicken.
What do you mean you've never? Hold on. Don't just
I don't like Popeyes. I don't like Popeyes.
It's the difference between you saying you don't like it and you never done it.
I'm saying I'm being real with you. The only time I would
Popeyes
eat it
together, my friend.
No, we've never done. We ain't never had no. We ain't never ate no Popeyes chicken together. Nah. How many times? See.
I didn't say a lot, but don't say you did.
I'm saying not even twice.
At least you hit a spicy.
No. No, Carl. When we used to do lunch, we never ate chicken.
I don't think we didn't go to Popeyes though, did we? I don't ever remember. We did KFC for sure.
We went to KFC for sure. Now I do eat KFC. I don't eat Popeyes
we went when
Oprah
gave us free KFC.
Oprah made it free.
Absolutely.
You can't say that on this podcast, y'all. We just talked about not going for the free stuff.
Right.
We did.
We went for the free.
But we came back and bought it, Carl. So
that's real. That's real. Yeah, absolutely.
We used the free trial and then invested.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, it works. So I'm just saying to you, like, for real, get to know your spouse. But my wife, we made an agreement, and she was like, this ain't gonna last forever. But if I get my master's, it's gonna put me in a better position, economically. So I would just say you and your spouse gotta sit down. What I hate is when, people make these, lifetime goals and these commitments without communicating to their spouse. And I'm not saying your spouse gotta be with it, but at least sit down and kind of talk about, look, our life is going to change. Give me a month, give me 6 months or whatever. And Didi and I did that. And it worked, guys. So, yeah, I would just say, man, for real, sit down, communicate, come up with some rules of engagement, follow those. And I think everything will be good with your relationship.
Let's see. Jody Cedric on Instagram said, how did you get Didi to keep pressing with you in the early days when things were super tough? Did you have a side gig or were you all in?
It's funny. Didi gave her testimony today. We were talking about this millennial generation. And Didi said, she said, the one thing I can say about us, she said, we had $500. I wish I could get her on here. I'm going to maybe try to see if I can get it taped later, because she getting her hair done. But Didi said to me, she said, we had $500 to our name, and you couldn't tell us jack. She was like, we didn't even have an apartment. We was going back to school with no apartment. We went and eloped, went to Ohio courthouse, got married, had a little escort. She said, but the difference, these days, sometimes with these kids, is they have to have so much. And it's like, are you with me or are you about stuff? And Didi was like, she was like, we were together. And that the first apartment we lived in, what she said, level 1 with the roaches and rats, we wasn't tripping, bro. Like, and our parents was pissed. Didi mom was like, I ain't raised you like that. I got money. Why are you living like that? But for me and Didi, it was like, we don't want no help. Like, we don't want nobody helping us. Like, we love each other. We gonna figure this thing out. So to your point, bro, it was love, bro. Me and Didi was like, this is our thing. We're in this love together. We're gonna make it last forever. You know what I'm saying? So that was us, bro. It wasn't about money. It wasn't about who got this and who got that. It was about, we had a dream. You know what I'm saying? And we wanted to be together for the rest of our lives. So we put all our stuff together, our time, our energy. We put all our stuff together with God, and we did what we needed to do to get through it. So I'm gonna try my hardest to see if I can get Didi to repeat what she said earlier today, and then we'll put it on Carl, I guess, as bloopers or something at the end.
Alrighty, well, that'll do it for me in the questions. Carl, what we got, man? Do you have a list of all of our many endeavors in life?
Oh man. So yeah, we just finished San Fran. If y'all missed out, we didn't talk about that. See, in terms of what E's message.
Oh yeah, we had to wait for the next.
Maybe that'll be next time.
I got caught up with E getting hijacked. You know what I'm saying?
We got 7,000, y'all. That one is right here. That's this weekend. Y'all got me out my house 3 weekends back to back. No complaining. I know
Thank Tay for that.
Yeah, I know E on the world tour, but that was without my kids starting school.
Right.
7,000, y'all. It's a whole new world. Atlanta, Georgia, September 1st, y'all. That's right around. That's here. That ain't around the corner. That's this weekend. I'm talking about everybody. Like this ain't I'm talking about everybody related to ETA staff, if you connected to us in any way, our BU family, like we're going to be here, man, just celebrating. Of course, the hip hop preacher, but of course, we're doing something special, man. We're trying to, blow out that school days program. We're giving back. Yeah. We want to make sure that, you guys know us well enough. It ain't just about us. We're trying to make sure we can, leave a legacy, man, leave that next generation better than we found it. Right after
Shout
that,
out to our
next
Breathe
weekend.
family too, y'all.
For
join
sure.
Breathe University. Go to breatheuniversity.com. We'll see all our Breathe U family. They always in full effect
San Fran was almost half the crowd. Almost half of San Fran was BU. I was like, yo, I know this face. I know that face. I know that face. Oh, yeah. So definitely strong. September 7th, y'all, Ignite the Dream. Inky, Toby, the hip-hop preacher, y'all.
No, that's not the 7th, is it?
September 7th. That's what
podcast,
our website
right?
say. Oh, no, you're right. My bad. That's the podcast. Yeah.
No, that's
that
weekend.
weekend.
I'm going to let you have these duties. You got to take it serious. You know what I'm saying?
120. Yeah, nah. I got excited. Yeah, we're doing the pop-up shop, y'all, and a live taping. And I think we still have a handful of spots, y'all, for the live taping of the podcast. So go to our events page, etinspires.com/events. And make sure you register. You got to register to be there. But for the pop-up shop, y'all, I'm talking about, let's just be out there. Let's have some fun. We're going to be out there September 7th. And then, like C said, on September 9th, Ignite the Dream, man.
Ignite the Dream.
Inky, the Great Johnson. You got Toby. I ain't even got to announce nothing for Toby. Y'all know Toby now. Toby's out here. He blowing it out. I'm talking about killing it. And the hip-hop preacher himself. E, let me ask you this. Do you even have your message ready for Ignite the Dream, man?
I do.
Do you have it yet?
I do. I do. Listen to me very carefully. Look, I'm not playing, y'all. This ain't no hype, nothing. I am about to do something that I have never, ever done in my life. I'm trying something out for the very first time that I think is going to mesmerize the crowd, but I'm doing it because I think it's going to make it stick.
A magic trick?
So, yeah. Well, don't see. How you going to tell the people what I'm doing? I just said
my bad.
I've never done it before.
Oh, all right. And the last but not least, y'all, Phenomenal Life Jamaica, February 25th to March 3rd.
With John Man.
We out to have some fun,
no
y'all.
problems.
We going to Jamaica. We going to be celebrating. I'm talking about celebrating a week off.
No woman, no cry.
No woman, no cry. But bring your women, bring your man. We want to have fun together, y'all. We got sessions, and we're not just going out there. We're going to have a lot of fun, but we're going to be doing some growth and personal development too, man. Of course, Sean is going to be out there with us, Sean Stevenson, the Model Health Show. We're going to have Jamal. We're going to have Josh. We're going to have Rob Wilson, y'all, talking about them finances. Quest going to be there talking about that family and marriage. So you do not, I repeat, you do not want to miss this. We still got plenty of time. Put $100 aside.
Don't worry, I told E he's not allowed to wear his thong bikini underwear. You don't have to look at E in his bikini briefs. You know what I'm saying? You float on the beach with your leopards. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we got, y'all. So make sure, y'all, go to our events calendar. But just keep talking until them two hush.
E out there with his bikini underwear doing the limbo.
Let me tell you something.
Can you go?
That's it, y'all. E, get us out of here, man.
Hey, my nugget for the day is, it's getting hot in here. I want to take Jamaica. Hey, yeah, y'all. Y'all ain't ready for Jamaica. It's gonna be a blast. But I do want to say this for real, y'all. Getting serious from the bottom of my heart. Invest in yourself, and this is why. The only reason you're not doing it, because remember what group I talked about. It may be a stretch, but you have it, right? So you're not willing to invest in yourself, but you're willing to, go out and buy an expensive dinner or buy, a second car you might not need, or buy jewelry. I don't know, but this is what I'm telling you. Excuses will always be here. Opportunities won't. Again, excuses will always be available. The opportunities won't. And I mean that. What we were charging, I remember we was charging $19 when this first came out. $19. Everybody was paying $19 to get into Breathe University. I remember the conferences. It was like a $40 ticket, and I promise you, there are opportunities that you have the remainder of this year that won't be available to you in 2019. So do yourself a favor. I don't need, listen to me very closely. We don't need your money to take care of our families. So this is not a pyramid scheme, right? We want to help you. We want to help you, but I can't want it more for you than you want it for yourself. So yeah, stop making excuses and take advantage of an opportunity of a lifetime in the lifetime of the opportunity.
Appreciate that nugget of the day. E, y'all go on iTunes, leave us a review, man, so we can keep climbing them charts. Have a safe, wonderful weekend. Shout out to everybody we'll see in Atlanta this weekend for Saving 7,000. We out of here. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your